We are just 2 days away from the 250th Army Anniversary Festival and Parade in Washington, D.C. Right now, crews are finalizing the setup, which includes tanks, stages, and security sweeps. Here's everything that you need to know and how it will impact you. Take a look at this map. All of the red and orange are closures, restricted areas, and local-only zones. There are emergency non-parking signs already posted along key roads. We have this map on our website. That's WUSA9.com, where you can take a closer look. Meantime, there's also restricted airspace over D.C. during the festival to allow for a flyover as part of that parade. This will impact flights to and from DCA. And if you have a planned flight out Saturday night or have someone flying in, double check with your airline carrier to see if that flight is in fact impacted. And don't forget, there are different entrances for the festival, for the parade, and each has its own security screening. There's also a long list of objects not allowed at either event, and that includes backpacks, bicycles, and folding chairs. The full list available on our website. Again, that's WUSA9.com. Well, one of the biggest questions surrounding Saturday's parade is the money. Not just how much this parade will end up costing, but how much of that bill in fact will be passed on to D.C. taxpayers. Chief Investigative reporter Eric Flack has been digging into that question for us. Flack, history shows that just because you build the government doesn't necessarily mean you will get paid.
That is correct, Larry, and D.C. government knows that lesson all too well. Here's how it works. As part of the budget, D.C. government requests money from Congress to replenish the district's Emergency Planning and Security Fund. That's money the district spent out of pocket on what's known as national special security events, things like inauguration, 4th of July, NATO summit, Jimmy Carter's funeral. Now, here's the good news. The military's 250th birthday celebration and parade Saturday has been classified as a national special security event. Here's the bad news. For the last 4 years, Congress has repaid D.C. $67 million less than the district says it was owed for those special events. That's $67 million D.C. had to eat and take from the district's general fund, the fund that pays for city services. Larry.
Eric, pretty surprising that the government isn't paying its bills. You've been keeping a close eye on the potential road damage from these massive military vehicles that will no doubt roll down Constitution Avenue. Could D.C. get stuck with a bill for those road repairs?
So that will fall to the National Park Service. And in the parade is a permit that was just issued. It's right here. We learned NPS is taking steps to ensure the agency does not get stuck with a huge bill, with ongoing concern over the damage those 70-ton tanks and 40-ton Bradley fighting vehicles could do to Constitution Avenue, despite precautions the Army showed us what it was taking when we traveled to Fort Cavazos, Texas. NPS is requiring a $300,000 deposit from the nonprofit running the event, America 250. Now, that deposit is part of a cost recovery clause in this contract, which will repay the Park Service for its operational costs Saturday, as well as any damage those military vehicles do along the parade route on Constitution Avenue. The Federal Highway Administration will inspect the Constitution Avenue after the parade, and the National Park Service has 60 days to send the final bill to the Army and that nonprofit, America 250. Then, Larry, they wait and hope to get paid.
All right. Well, hopefully it gets its money. Eric, thank you so much.